In the wake of the death of the beloved Chadwick Boseman, couldn't we all just get along?
Hello, I started this gangsta shit. Mr. Motherfucker, thanks I get. Hello, I started this gangsta shit. And Mr. Motherfucker, thanks I get. Hello.
If you're enjoying this content, hit that subscribe button. Join us. No chance of that, evidently. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. My name is Ethan Van Sciver, 27-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man, great big Star Wars fan, trusted member of the media, and I bring you here today, slumming, Bleeding Cool, I'm afraid. Bleeding Cool, that I guess they're not doing that well. I've never seen so many ads on this page before. This is troublesome indeed. But we'll try to dodge those ads as much as possible. Fanboy Rampage. Oh no, Rob Liefeld versus Adam Levine. Not the Adam Levine from Maroon 5. Not that one. By the way, one time Vox Day called Adam Levine of Maroon 5 an alpha male, and he was like being serious. He wasn't being ironic. I never looked at Vox Day the same way again. Now, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. Of course, tempers are flaring because it's an election season. People don't like each other very much right now, and that gives us lots of fuel for interesting and comical articles such as this one. Rob Liefeld is a target. I think he might be targeted even a little bit more than me as a figure in the comic book industry, a controversial figure in the comic book industry. You either love Rob Liefeld or you loathe Rob Liefeld, or you're me. I'm kind of like, I could take a little Liefeld, I could leave a little Liefeld. It's funny in small doses, and then it gets tiresome. But this person here, Adam Levine, not of Maroon 5, equally soy in my opinion, but not of Maroon 5. He doesn't like Rob Liefeld, and he takes the opportunity of the death of Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther actor, to take a shot and wish ill. He wishes ill on Rob Liefeld. Let's see what Rich Johnson has to say about this. He says, should I do my Rich Johnson? Should I do my classy British voice? In the wake of the death of Chadwick Boseman. No, that's most people are telling me that sounds more Australian than British. Let me try again. In the wake of the death of Chadwick Boseman, licensing executive and art director Adam Levine. I'm gonna probably get a lot of criticism in the comments. All right, I'm gonna stop that. All right, of LEVINE Brand Services. That sounds like a funeral home. And Sidekick Lab posted the following. He says, look at this. He says, a list of people. Here's his tweet. Here's his original. No, maybe this isn't a tweet. I think this was on Facebook. There's some people. I think a lot of SJWs have fled to Facebook. I don't know why that is, but it makes me very suspicious. He says, a list of people I wish had died instead of Chadwick Boseman. He wishes these people died. It's not like he would rather they die. It's like it'd be better if this person died than this person, I guess. And, maybe that's something that you could argue in good faith. But this guy wishes Rob Liefeld would die. Like, he prays. If the little good fairy from is there a fairy from Disney that I can the fairy godmother? If she came down and said, "I will grant you one wish," Adam Levine, not of Maroon 5 but equally soy, he would say, "I wish Rob Liefeld died." That's not nice at all. Rob Liefeld responds quite properly. He says, "People continue." Let me do a very sensitive Rob Liefeld voice. People continue to prove how atrocious they can be. Who posts stuff like this? Adam Levine does, not of Maroon 5 but equally soy. Social media really gives courage to cowards. Be better than this, he says. Be better. Try to be better. If you can attain a status of morality and ethics beyond just randomly wishing for the death of people whose comics you don't enjoy. Be better than this. I think most of us can do that. I'm gonna try really hard. Might be difficult. It might be slightly difficult for me. Topps is the trading card company. You employ this person, and by person he means Weasel. And we scroll. Here's an ad here. Another ad. As Bleeding Cool desperately tries to keep its head above water, try to pay the bills. It didn't go down too well, says Rich Johnson, especially for one Rob Liefeld, who reposted it labeled And there, that's what we just read. A harsh criticism. Well, no, actually, Adam had indeed worked for Topps as a licensing director, but not for 5 years. In the interim, had worked as for Frederator Networks, Manic Games, NECA. NECA, I think they make toys, and was an editor and licensing brand assurance coordinator for Marvel from 2006 to 2011. So this guy has been fired from a lot of jobs. He's used to being fired, though they seem to resist the outrage. As the outrage began to grow, Adam Levine posted, "That's hardly the most offensive thing I've ever posted. Get a life, people," which didn't exactly help matters. I mean, he's saying "get a life, people," as he's wishing for the death of others. It's ironic, maybe cruel. Maybe a little tone deaf, I would say. Topps started getting bombarded with people stating they were boycotting Topps and demanding that Levine be fired, which was difficult as he didn't work for them. What he did do was work for Sidekick Labs, who had licensed Mars Attacks from Topps. A lot of garbage here. For a new card set, which they kickstarted last year and which he has been working as art director for. George Deep posted, due to this post made by Adam Levine today, I am dropping myself. I like when people do this, when people cut their own throats, in protest of some other dipshit. Excuse my language, but that is, it's like, because this guy's an a-hole, I am going to cut off one of my revenue streams. That doesn't make sense to me. He says, I'm dropping myself from the Mars Attack set and will not be associated with it. I do apologize to those looking forward to seeing my art on it. I've never heard of George Deep, but maybe I'll look him up now and decide how much of an impact this has on me personally. He says, I am saddened to not work on this classic Topps license. My apologies to Rob Liefeld and his family for having to deal with this kind of crap. He just followed up saying, over $2,000 worth of work returned yesterday. I spent about 4 hours erasing dozens of cards. So he drew, wait a second. He drew the cards and then he erased them. He erased the art rather than just not turn in the cards. He erased the art, I guess. Some finished and unfinished cards in there too. All this work lost because this guy couldn't be a decent human being and do his job. George, I don't see how you're punishing him by punishing yourself. I find that to be odd. Like, this guy tells Rob Liefeld that he wishes he would die, and you say, well, in that case, take all my money away from me. I don't think some people are good at cancel culture, and other people who endeavor to try it are not so good. So he erased all of his art. He lost $2,000 worth of work, and it's all because this other guy cried about, wanted Rob Liefeld to die. This is very strange. Detroit retailer and king of cancel culture, Dennis Barger added. Now that's vicious. Dennis Barger, of course, I think he was on my show once. He's a retailer. He said, let me just clarify this for the cheap seats. Topps, if this man isn't publicly fired, I'll never buy another product from you. Again, hard to fire someone who doesn't work for you, he says, but he also spoke more widely to others. Miriam Kruger, Dirk Wood, Sean Kirkham. I know, he's a nice guy. He works for Walking Dead. He works with Rob Kirkman. They're not related, it's Kirkham. Ross Ritchie, Travis McIntyre. If you ever have this clown do a project for you, it will never be purchased by me, and will also receive a resounding Dennis treatment. The likes your company will never forget. I'd suggest in a world of canceling, this ass clown received the loudest one yet. So, all right. So here we go. Dennis Barger is engaging in trying to cancel culture somebody who's already. It seems to me that this guy's already at the end of his rope. I don't know. You just say, "Shut up, you dork," and then that should be about all the punishment you could level at him. Wishing Rob Liefeld or anyone in this industry harm cannot and will not be stood for. So Dennis is standing by Rob Liefeld in an extreme way here. Liefeld added, that his I took away from social media. I look away from social media yesterday following this. It's ugly, it's inappropriate, and it shouldn't be tolerated. My boys are of an age that they have Facebook accounts now. I shouldn't have to explain to them why a stranger publicly posted his desire that I be dead. I do this I do appreciate all your messages and support you have all shown. I hope we see less of this in the future, and that my family heard of this before I did. Really shameful. They have Facebook accounts now. This is a really badly written article. Garbage, just pure garbage. The comic book media is in shambles, just like the comic book industry is. All right, so he expresses his disappointment. He shouldn't have to explain to them why a stranger publicly posted his desire that I be dead. All right, and then here's Adam Levine. He, I guess he came through. He says, after deleting his original post, "Sorry for this Rob Liefeld nonsense. I certainly never meant any harm to anyone, nor by it." You wished he was dead. You wished he was dead. I don't see how that isn't you meaning harm. And even though it wasn't an actual apology to Rob or anything, Liefeld concluded by saying, "It's 5:50 a.m. I've removed all negative content from my page. By every account I can measure, I live a blessed life. Thank you. Thankful for friends and family and all your support. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend." So all's well that ends well. All right, so very, very good. Looks like cancel culture was employed in order to keep a lunatic soy boy in check. George Deep canceled $2,000 worth of work for himself. That was a strong enough message. Dennis Barger threatened everyone that he knew in comics and said, I will give you the dentist treatment. I don't know what the dentist treatment is. If Dennis Barger wants to come on my show, maybe he can describe that for us. And cancel culture, even though it was not as effectively and pointedly utilized as SJWs do utilize it, I guess in this case it did get a very, very strange soy boy fellow to sort of back down. And at the end of the day, is that a good thing? I don't know, but it is interesting. Thanks for watching. I don't know what you think about this. I'm confused by it. I think it's very, very odd. Also kind of funny and amusing. Let me know in the comments and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications, would you please, when you hit that subscribe button. And please hit thumbs up, like this video. I'll be making more recorded videos for you, and hopefully they won't involve people wishing for the death of other people. It's a very that's the state of things today. Have a great day. See you again soon.
Loneliness is the coat you wear, a deep shade of blue is always there. The sun ain't gonna shine anymore, the moon ain't gonna rise in the sky, the tears are always clouding your eyes when you're without love, baby.
Hey, I got a P.O. box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Sciver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey, 08053. And I'll probably open it up on a live stream. Thanks very much, everyone. Hey, you want to follow me on Twitter? Are you sure? Well, if so, I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. That's at Ethan Van Sciver. See you there.